Hello again everybody and welcome back to some more Landric Plays the Southampton Game Jam. Southampton Game Jam is a 48-hour event where people from all over the county came and made some video games at the University of Southampton. Not just video games, but board games and tabletop games as well. Unfortunately though, I can't try out any of those on stream, so video games it will be. So the repair for this theme, no, I've sort of slightly spoiled that there, haven't I? The theme for this jam was repair, and the first game I'm going to be playing today is called Repair. So you see what they've done there, they've done a clever little pun, a play on words almost. So let's bring up the main screen and hit the main screen. There we go, full of the best words today. Here we go, repair, there you go. And they've actually included an instructions screen, which is something that you learn to appreciate when you see it in a jam game, and I extremely do here. So, how to play. You're a bird. You want eggs to hatch, and hatchlings to get to safety. You can throw eggs at the other bird. I see. So this is a multiplayer game, so WSD for the left, arrow keys for the right. So, unfortunately, I'm sat all by myself here, so I won't be able to demo this super well, but let's see if I can play both of them together. So we've got red bird, blue bird. Okay, there's an egg. Oh, that's a red egg. So, oh, good. It doesn't smash when we hit the ground. So, oh, there's a green egg as well. Can I pick that up too? Oh no, but I can bounce it over there. So, red egg, red. So there's a bunch. So there's. It looks like this could have been designed for 3 players because there's 3 little bird houses. So, whoa, okay. I can throw that like that. You know what? I'm just going to focus on red bird and figure out what on earth I'm doing, because trying to catch both at once is going to seriously mess with my brain, and I'm not even going to get a chance. So let's look at red bird. So we can pow. So I bonked bluebird. So bluebird is stunned. Let's try that again. Just pow. Yeah. So bluebird can't move while I bonked him. So oh, no, I'm trying to throw instead of jump. So there we go. Jump up there, and let's see what happens when we carry this over to our nest. Can we have to throw it, or does that fly over there? Can we just? I don't know. Maybe we have to throw it at the bird house. So I know we want the birds to hatch, but I don't know whether that's from these nest boxes or... Ooh, I feel like I've lost... Oh! Bluebird stole my egg. I tell you what, let's... Can I steal it back off Bluebird? No? What if you turn that way? No, no, egg. Egg? No? Okay, fine. I also don't know how to throw things as Bluebird. There we go, let's... So we can't just pop that in there. No, that just fires it out as well. Okay. So... There was an instruction screen, but I'm still a little bit lost, I'm afraid. So let's... So maybe it has to be the red egg in the red nest. Let's try that. Because there are definitely different colours of egg. Ooh, oh, okay, I can just pop those over there. I still seem to have 0 points. Ooh. Aha! I got it. So I press down when I'm there, and that hatches a little bird, and then deliver the bird to the... Yes! Okay, I've got it. So there are red eggs and blue eggs and things like that, I guess. Although that bird was... Okay, it hatched out of a red egg, but was green. Anyway, let's go over to our nest once more, and got 9 seconds left. Let's just... Okay, throw that. Pick up this one before we drop off. No, 0. Ooh, level 2. What's level 2? Oh, okay, different sort of level layout. That's interesting. So let's try this. So can you... There we go. So we hold that down. There we go. And now you've got a red bird. So we can drop that off over here. Ooh, this is going to be quite tricky to get to. Oop, there we go. And now blue's got 5 points. Oh, okay, so this is a fun little game. So I might try this one again later when I've got somebody to be player 2. But otherwise, yeah, this is kind of neat. I like it. Alright, and I guess with that, let's move on to the next game on my list. So we'll close out of that one in the background and go over to here. So you may have noticed that I'm doing these games alphabetically, and now I've hit R. Virtually all of them have the word repair somewhere in the title. So this one is Repair Robots. Which, again, I can't properly demo, unfortunately, because it is a multiplayer game, and a particularly odd multiplayer game. However, I will say this was made by one of the co-organisers, so I feel like I should show it off a little bit. So the nice thing about this game is you are... Whoop, there we go. Interesting. So I don't have a controller either, so I'm not sure exactly how this maps, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it instead. So you are a robot, you have a certain amount of programming, and each of these things you can see at the top has a limited amount of uses, and you have to use all of it before they reset, and unfortunately I don't know what the square button on my keyboard would be. So... nope. So I think I might be slightly stuck, so I can't actually refresh them either. But the idea being that you have to sort of work against your opponent to move boxes to your depot area. So the blue robot has to move boxes to the blue, but you're sort of working against each other because you're going to end up in a situation where you both have to, I don't know, press square or press up to reset everything, but neither of you wants to go in that direction. So it can lead to some really interesting sorts of stalemates and things like that. But for now, I will quit out of that, and you can go and download all of these from the website. So if you've got a friend and a controller, unlike me, then you can go and try that out for yourself. Okie dokie. So the next game on my list was going to be Repair or Perish. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get it to run. Now, normally I just skip over this really quickly, but I did have a chat with the folks programming this at the Jam, and the amount of work they'd put into the art assets in this, they'd drawn this wonderful Marsscape all in, I think it was all in paint, and it looked really, really good. So folks, if you are watching and this is your game, maybe go and have a look at your build on the website and see if you can update that so it runs, because that would be really, really great. I do really, really want to try this out. So in that case, my next game is going to be Restorate. So let me just load that up and turn on the screen, and here we go. Restorate. Two broken robots are trying to escape a space station. Will they find the stations to repair themselves? Do they even need them? Okay, so we've got another multiplayer game. As I say, multiplayer games, especially the sort of fast and frantic variety, are always particularly popular at the Jam. Okay, so we've got player 1 and player 2, and let's see if I can control both of them at once. So let's hit enter. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So these robots are thoroughly broken, because you might expect that the right arrow would make you go right and the left arrow would make you go left, but no, it doesn't. It's actually the opposite. Ooh, the jump on that's quite tricky as well. Let's hang on. Ooh, there's definitely something odd about this. Okay, so you can't hold down the buttons either. You can just sort of move little bits at a time. I guess because we're such broken robots. There we go. So if I can jump over this and get to this, is this a repair station? Come on, you can do it, little robot. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's repaired my... Now I can hold these down. Excellent. Okay, so let's get up. I guess we'll go this way, like this. Carefully does it. Oh, no, start again. Like that. There we go. So of course, if this were a two-player game, I guess we're both... I don't know if we're working together. I think we're competing to be the first one to escape the lab. And even playing against myself, I am terrible. So let's try this again. Oh no. See, now I'm too fast. I've repaired myself too well. Let's go on, one last try, and then I'll see if I can take a different route. Oh, there we go. And one more. Close but no cigar. Alright, one more try. There we go. And again. Okay. Whew. Take a breath. 200 seconds left. Plenty of time. And there we go. Cool. I feel like I've repaired myself extra lots. Now we can just skip this way. We don't have to go up all of those ones. Actually, let's nip down here and just see if we can... Aha! So this one has repaired my controls, which actually feels really weird and backwards now. Oh no, I've blocked myself in. Come on, you come this way. You poor little broken robot. There we go. It's actually really weird now that the controls have swapped back to, normal. I don't... Oh, let's go this way. I almost wish I hadn't repaired them. Oh no. See, I've totally lost my groove. So I see what they mean in the instructions about should you go for all of the repair posts, or should you just run straight for the exit. There we go, we can take this route instead. Like that. And then, big jump. And then, come on. 141 seconds left. Do you think we're going to make it? There we go. Player 1 wins. Press enter to play again. Cool, so that is a really nice little game. Again, it'd be probably a lot more fun with a friend, but even as is, quite a nifty little thing. So, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. These games are all up on the Global Game Jam website. I will try and have a link below in the description. If you've enjoyed any of these, or you want to see some of the board or card games that unfortunately I couldn't demo for you today, then yeah, hop on, have a look, download some of them, and give them a try with your friends. So let me, there we go, skip out of that so I can close this one down. And then my last game, the last game on my list for this episode and for the jam itself, is called Repairing Earth. As I said, the theme was repair, so we've got a lot of games about repairing things, and you know, repairing Earth, that's the biggest thing that we could repair, so let's jump right into it. Okay, start. It is the year 2500, and the last vestige of humanity has developed the technology that will allow them to repair Earth and return home. Okay, that's, I mean, in the long term, quite optimistic. In the short term, slightly pessimistic, perhaps. Start, they need to obliterate... Oh, it skipped on before I could finish. I think we need to obliterate the junk that was left behind. So we've got a pulsar, which is like a star, but the gravity is backwards. So we're going to repulse this asteroid, push it towards Earth, and pow! There we go, smash. So next we've got to churn up the land. So we've got our little hot flaming comet, I guess. So there we go, we can have a look. There's the target. And this time we have an asteroid, so we can right click here, and I'll drag it towards it, and then we can destroy it at the last minute. It'll fly on with the power of gravity and smash up the Earth. Okay, now we've got to put some ice down. People like ice in their drinks, and you know, water, so they can not dehydrate. That's always good. So now we've got a repulsar and an asteroid. So I guess we could do this one of two ways. I'm gonna pulse first, and then drag you in like this. There we go. Easy peasy, hole in one. I should start playing golf. Okay, so we need some plants to make it habitable. Luckily we have a plant comet. Aha, so there's already an asteroid over here, so we don't want to hit into that. That's a dead end. So we need to swoop it around like this. So let's just try put a pulsar as close as we can. Whoosh, there we go. And it flies right past that one. Ooh. Oh, do we even need the... Yes, we do. Just gently nudge you back this way. If I'd maybe put it a bit closer, then I wouldn't need the asteroid as well. But, you know, here we are. There we go, just loop it around like that. And there we go, all those continents are lovely and green. Oops, the asteroid materialised right next to a repulsar. We better act fast, we don't want our bunny test subjects to die. Okay, there's... Oh, where's that asteroid? It's already flown off. That's a little bit unfair. Okay, I get R to restart. There we go. So it's already flying. So we don't want it to go over there. We want to time it so that we can put a repulsar, maybe let it come a little bit closer, and then like that, and then whoosh, off it goes. Oh, no, we don't want it to get stuck over there. Okay, we use another repulsar to just gently nudge it this way. Nope. Okay, it's still getting dragged slowly in this direction, and this repulsar is going to... Yeah, there we go. Curve it around. We've still got 2 asteroids left. In fact, yeah, let's just make sure it gets there. There we go. There's our test bunny. It survived, and it arrived safe and sound. So it's time for us to head home. Full speed ahead. Here's our little ship. We've got 20 repulsars, so obviously we've got a long way to go. So there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if we're going to have to use all 20. No, there we go. We've landed home. There's a little spaceship. We made it. Earth has been successfully repaired. And there we go. So, I think I saw this fairly early on in the jam, and they'd made a lot of progress already, sort of by about the halfway mark. They had a whole level that was all really, really nicely polished. And that's the really nice thing about this type of game. You can just slowly add more and more levels once you've got the basic mechanics hammered out, and then you can combine them in interesting ways and see what your player does with them. Okay, and on that uplifting note, now that we have fully repaired the Earth, that is the end of this episode, and I guess the end of this short series of the Southampton Game Jam 2020. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching it. I hope that everyone that came along to the jam had a good time. It certainly seemed that way. Everyone certainly seemed to have something at the end of it that they were proud of, and they enjoyed trying out everyone else's games. If you'd like to come along to the jam next year, then you can follow the jam on Twitter at Sutton Game Jam. I'll probably try and link that below in the description as well. You can follow them on Twitter for all of the info and updates, and you can see some pictures of people participating in the jam as well. So that is enough from me. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, then feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel. And otherwise, I'll see you another time. Bye bye.